Did you know that over 70% of drivers with automatic cars are making simple, everyday mistakes that can lead to catastrophic transmission failure? These aren't crazy driving stunts. They're quiet habits that slowly wear down the most complex and expensive parts of your vehicle. Are you one of them? Welcome back to Fix and Cruise. Today, we're not just going for a drive. We're going to save you a potential fortune. We've identified the top 5 things you should never do in an automatic car. Avoiding these common mistakes can be the difference between a car that lasts for 200,000 miles and one that ends up on a tow truck with a 4-figure repair bill. And make sure you stick around for our final point. It's the most common mistake of all, but thankfully, it's also the easiest to fix once you know the secret. Let's get into it. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more car maintenance tips. Now, let's jump right in. Number 1. Running on fumes. All right, kicking off our list at number 1 is a habit many of us are guilty of. Driving on a nearly empty tank of gas. We've all done it. Pushing it just a few more miles to find a cheaper gas station. But this seemingly harmless habit is a silent killer for a critical component: your fuel pump. You see, in modern cars, the electric fuel pump is located inside the gas tank. It's designed this way for a reason. The gasoline in the tank doesn't just feed the engine, it also acts as a coolant and lubricant for the fuel pump itself. When you consistently run your car with less than a quarter tank of gas, the pump is no longer fully submerged. It starts to suck in air, work harder, and most importantly, it overheats. This constant overheating dramatically shortens its lifespan, leading to premature failure. And a fuel pump replacement? That can easily cost you anywhere from $500 to over $1,000. But that's not all. Over time, sediment and debris settle at the very bottom of your fuel tank. When you run on empty, you're forcing your pump to suck up that gunk. This debris can clog your fuel filter, damage your sensitive fuel injectors, and ultimately starve your engine of the clean fuel it needs to run efficiently. The Fix and Cruise solution: it's simple. Treat a quarter tank as your new empty. When your gauge hits that 1/4 mark, make it a priority to fill up. Your fuel pump and your wallet will thank you for it. Number 2. The cold start catastrophe. Next up is something most of us do every single morning without a second thought: starting the car and immediately driving off, especially when we're in a hurry. While modern cars don't need to be warmed up for 10 minutes like the old carbureted dinosaurs, a cold start is still the most stressful moment in your engine's daily life. When your car has been sitting, especially overnight, all the engine oil has settled down in the oil pan. When you start it, the oil is cold and thick, like molasses. It takes time, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, for the oil pump to circulate that thick oil and properly lubricate all the critical, fast-moving metal components, like pistons, camshafts, and bearings. If you immediately put the car in drive and hit the gas, you're forcing those components to work under heavy load with inadequate lubrication. It's like asking a sprinter to run a 100-meter dash the second they wake up. This metal-on-metal friction causes microscopic wear that, over years, adds up to significant engine and transmission damage. The Fix and Cruise solution: patience is key. When you start your car, just give it 30 to 60 seconds. Use that time to buckle your seatbelt, adjust your mirrors, or pick a song. Then, for the first few minutes of your drive, take it easy. Avoid hard acceleration until your engine temperature gauge reaches its normal operating level. This tiny bit of mechanical sympathy will add years to the life of your car. Number 3. The moving gear shift disaster. This next one is a cardinal sin of automatic car ownership. Never, and I mean never, shift into reverse or park while the car is still moving, even if it's just rolling slightly. Inside your transmission, there's a small but incredibly important component called the parking pawl. When you shift into park, this metal pin locks into a notched gear on the transmission's output shaft, physically stopping it from turning. Shifting into park while moving is the equivalent of shoving a metal bar into the spokes of a spinning bicycle wheel. The result is a horrifying grinding noise and, very likely, a sheared or broken parking pawl. A broken pawl means your park gear is now useless, and the repair is incredibly labor-intensive and expensive. The same goes for shifting into reverse from drive, or vice versa, without coming to a complete stop. You're forcing the transmission bands and clutches to violently reverse their direction of motion, which causes severe wear and tear. The fix and cruise solution. This one is non-negotiable. Always, always, always bring your car to a complete dead stop before you shift into or out of park, reverse, or drive. Number 4. The parking mistake almost everyone makes. The one that even experienced drivers get wrong. It's neglecting to use your parking brake, or, as some call it, the emergency brake. You might think, I'm in park, what's the big deal? Well, it's a very big deal for the health of your transmission. When you park, especially on a hill, and only shift into park, the entire weight of your 2-ton vehicle is resting on that tiny metal parking pawl we just talked about. Have you ever parked on a hill and then felt that heavy clunk when you shift out of park? That's the sound of the drivetrain violently releasing all that pent-up tension from the parking pawl. Doing this day after day puts incredible stress on that small component and the entire transmission linkage. The fix and cruise solution. Here is the proper transmission-saving parking procedure. It takes 5 extra seconds and will save you thousands. Come to a complete stop with your foot still on the main brake. With your foot still on the brake, engage the parking brake firmly. Then, release your foot from the main brake. You'll feel the car settle onto the parking brake, not the transmission. Finally, shift the car into park. When you follow these steps, the parking brake is doing its job of holding the car's weight, and the parking pawl simply acts as a final, stress-free backup. This one simple change in your routine will drastically reduce wear on your transmission and extend its life. Number 5. The Hollywood launch. We've all seen it in the movies, and maybe you've been tempted to try it at a red light. Is the hard launch, flooring the accelerator from a dead stop. It's a huge adrenaline rush, but for your automatic transmission, it's like a sledgehammer blow. An automatic transmission is a masterpiece of hydraulic and mechanical engineering, designed for smooth power delivery. When you do a hard launch, you're putting immense, sudden shock load through the entire drivetrain. The torque converter, the clutch packs, and the gears inside the transmission are all hit with a violent surge of force they weren't designed to handle repeatedly. This extreme stress generates a massive amount of heat. Heat is the #1 enemy of transmission fluid. It breaks down the fluid's lubricating properties, causing it to lose its effectiveness. This leads to slipping gears, burnt clutches, and eventually, a completely failed transmission. The fix and cruise solution. Treat your accelerator pedal with respect. If you want to feel your car's power, do it when you're already rolling. A smooth, progressive acceleration is much healthier for your vehicle. Save the drag racing for the track. A few seconds of fun isn't worth a lifetime of transmission problems. So there you have it. 5 simple habits that could be wreaking havoc on your automatic car. From keeping your gas tank topped up to parking correctly, these small changes in how you drive can make a massive difference in your car's longevity and your bank account. If you found this video helpful and learned something new today, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. And for more tips to keep your ride in top shape and save money on repairs, make sure you subscribe to Fix and Cruise. Let me know in the comments below. Which of these habits are you guilty of? And which one are you going to change starting today? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next cruise.